All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How is it going? I am Is There No One Else? And in today's video, I wanted to cover the best live stream of 2024 for Ashes of Creation, which is the January live stream covering the Caravan PvP event. Now, I've been covering Ashes of Creation for a little over a year and a half now, and I'm very excited about this game, but a lot of the systems that they've covered on a month-to-month basis before this point have not really been for me. Not things that I'm specifically excited about. I'm not really the type of player that's into artisanship and crafting. I know I'm not going to own a freehold or anything like that. I'm more into the combat systems, the PvX environment, the risk versus reward, PvP, and very, very competitive PvE mobs. And so those are the things that I'm very excited about. And I know that with this development process that it's going to take time to get to the things that I like. Like, you have to have different systems up and running before you can actually show PvP combat. You need to be able to show archetypes to a certain point before you have combat starting to play. And so I know this is a very rough, this is their first PvP live stream reveal. There was a lot of really interesting things that they showed. And this video, I wanted to cover all of it. I wanted to cover the things that I thought were the most interesting. So that's what this video is. Obviously, this is just meant for discussion, guys. These are the things that I'm excited about. If I missed something that caught your attention, please let me know in the comment section below. So with that being said, let's dive into it. The first thing I noticed is Steven had a whole new drip. Like, his entire character looked completely different. I don't know, I'm not sure if the armor style was the same as one that he's ran in the past, but dyed differently. It looked different enough to me. I haven't gone back to conduct research. So, but what I did notice was the bow.
Nice.
You guys don't know this because I don't tell you guys. This is a video game channel, but I actually do bow hunting. And when you do bow hunting, you get recommended things on the YouTube algorithm and videos that have popped up on my YouTube algorithm in the past have been survival bows. And there are a few creators that I followed that create different types of bows. And one that I remember watching a few months ago was called a Penobscot bow. Now, what a Penobscot bow is it's made from a different type of wood. Basically, if you don't have good bow wood in your area, not every area in the world is blessed with very nice bow wood. You can use this to make a very powerful bow with mediocre product, basically. So the Penobscot, it basically is a larger bow with a smaller bow bent the other direction, and a piece of thread or bowstring attached to it to create more force was the Penobscot bow, which is exactly what Steven is carrying. That's what style bow it is. In other games and other MMOs in the past, all we've seen is like the same type of bow with different art styles, which there's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's different art styles are cool, but the fact that Ashes of Creation is going into depth on long bows, short bows, and now like a Penobscot bow, it just seems to me like the people creating the weapons kind of know some things, right? And so that little detail caught my attention. I may be the only person or one of the few people that saw that and was like, wow, that's sick that they're actually covering different bow types. I hope they continue to do it. I hope we see some more types of bows that have existed throughout history. Like, maybe we can get some Genghis Khan level bows in the future. Let's talk about the game itself outside of aesthetics. We got to see the Ranger Camoflauge. Now, it's been shown on the Wikipedia that Rangers will not have full cloak. They'll have a camouflage based on range, and we got to see that on display during the showcase on Wednesday. And it was way better than I thought it would be. When you see camouflage, you always wonder if it's going to be effective, how effective it's going to be, at what range, and these sorts of things. And they showed a point where a lot of people are camouflaged on a rock, and you couldn't see them. You couldn't see them from what looked like 50 to 75 meters away. And that is extremely effective. They showed a different part of the live stream where one of the characters, one of the Rangers, goes into camouflage and runs off into battle, and the minute they get like 20 meters away, you almost cannot see him. It was like Predator level. The camouflage looked extremely powerful. I'm very curious. When I saw camouflage, I was like, okay, this looks really effective. How powerful is Rogue's like stealth cloak going to be? Obviously, it's it's going to be interesting to see the cloak and stealth mechanics and the counter mechanics for them play out over time. But yeah, we got to see that in this live stream. One of the more funny things that happened early on was watching one player get absolutely nuked by about 5 or 6 rangers. They started off from stealth, they opened up with snipe from stealth, and they killed one person. And I can't help but feel bad for this player. Like, imagine you're asked to participate in a PvP caravan live stream where everybody that's following this game is very, very excited because this is the first sneak peek for combat. You know that your side is preordained to lose, like you're supposed to lose the outcome, but you're like, you know what, I'm going to put on a good show, and you immediately die in 3 seconds in the first battle. It's got to be a little bit disappointing. It's got to be a little bit disappointing that, yes, you're supposed to lose, but you don't want to go out like that.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way.
As I moved on further in the live stream, there was a point where they were going to the river, and they were going to fjord the river, and before that happened, they ran across a couple packs of mobs on the side of the road. And this is a very minor detail. That's actually something I'm going to be talking about in a future video, but I'm going to provide a sneak preview here. There's a point where a couple wolves come out on the road and they attack them. And you see it takes a few people a good amount of time to take out, you know, just these random mobs. It didn't look like bosses. It didn't look like a big boss in the area. Now, you may be wondering why I'm covering wolf time to kill in a caravan PvP live stream.
Stop it. Get some help.
But I am also working on a video talking about the world of Vera and things to look forward to, or things that I'm looking out for. And one of the big things that I'm curious about is how difficult the world bosses and the NPCs in the world will be. You want, as a player, you want something, a challenging world environment to, you know, keep your attention. I've recently been playing Elden Ring quite a bit more, and nothing has to be to the same difficulty as Elden Ring, but you have a lot more staying power when a random mob can kill you in 2 to 3 hits. It keeps you on your toes a little bit more. It makes it a little bit more fun for me. It's a lot more exciting for me than going around and nuking everything with a couple of light attacks. And so when you see in this part of the clip where it takes 4 or 5 people a couple of seconds to down some random NPC wolf, it goes to show you that I think the world of Vera is going to be tough enough to where you're not going to be able to venture out on your own that often. You're going to need to be in a group. You're going to need to go out and do things. And yeah, that's one of those aspects where if you want to bring the massively multiplayer community back together to work together on things, you need a tough world environment. And it looks like they're hitting it out of the park just from this very brief 5 to 10 second clip. One of the other things I saw during combat as well, going into the different skirmishes that they had was, and they mentioned this in the video, guys, I just wanted to bring it up as well, a few of the skills are a little bit too bright, I think, for large-scale PvP. I just want to bring this up. This is my perspective. This fight was like a 36 on 16 or something like that, so about 50 people involved. Ashes of Creation boasts that they're going to have 250 v 250 node sieges. They're going to have potentially 500 v 500 if they can get it working, from the last time I heard. So they're going to have these very, very large battles. And I think the mage lightning ball, whatever the exact skill is called, it's probably just a little bit too bright. You see in this clip that I'm showing right here, there's only like 4 or 5 of them on the screen, and it kind of takes up the view of everything. And now just imagine if you're in a node siege and you're sieging a castle and you got a choke point, and it's a 250 v 250 battle. You're going to have these in those choke points, and you're not going to be able to see anything. And so I know that they lowered this down from the mage live stream. The mage live stream, it was a lot brighter. This is just going to take time. And this is one of those things that I wanted to bring up as like, hey, this is they keep saying that it's an iterative process. This is probably still too bright. They're still working on it. And this is something that'll be hashed out over, you know, Alpha 2 when it comes out in Q3 of this year, and then Beta 1 and Beta 2. But it's something to point out that, you know, right now I think they're balancing between wanting to have really cool looking effects on screen and having them like look fun, like having an archetype look fun to play, but also having something that doesn't just blind you while you're in a bigger battle. And so I think this is a little bit too much on the blinding side, and hopefully they keep making adjustments to it. There were obviously bugs as well. I mean, this is an Alpha 2. Pre-Alpha 2 combat live stream, it's their first one. Nothing's going to work seamlessly. But the fact that they're this far along, the fact that things look this good before Alpha 2, it gets me more excited. It gets me way more excited. Obviously, they still have to work on the combat collisions and everything. Like, you can't just, like, when you're making a shape for you know, when you're crafting any project, this is going to be the rough outline, right? The fact that it's going to get so much better than what they've already shown, and this is their first run through, it's pretty good to me. I'm very excited with where it's at. I'm even more excited that in like 6 months I get to hop into the Alpha 2 and experience it myself, and I can only imagine it's going to be a lot better by then. So yeah, I really liked that as well. Great job. Great job, Intrepid. What a great live stream. I thought you guys hit it out of the park. This is the best live stream I've seen since covering this game. And that keeps happening. It keeps happening for like the last 8 months. They just keep showing more and more, and what they keep showing is getting better and better and better. And so when that doesn't happen, I will tell you guys, but that's my point of view. I'm just nothing but excited. I wish it wasn't February right now. I wish it was June or July and they had an exact date for Alpha 2, because I would love to be in here playing this game as it stands right now, much less 6 months from now. So yeah, I'm gonna end this here. Those are my thoughts. I want to hear yours. Please let me know in the comment section. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Have a nice day.